Sometimes when people interpret aerial photographs or satellite imagery, they use something called interpretation keys. And interpretation keys are an attempt to summarize all of those interpretation elements, such as tone and texture and size and shape and shadow and all of those things. They basically have two basic uses. They can be used to train people that aren't as experienced with doing this sort of interpretation. But even for people that are more experienced, they can just be used as a reference aid, as something to look at as a comparison in order to determine what they might be seeing in this unknown aerial photo or satellite image. And so they basically just show visual examples of the types of things that could be expected to be found in that area. This is an example of an interpretation key, where we can see, for example, some older housing, temporary housing, new housing, and a residential subdivision, and a subdivision being newly developed, and what the different patterns, not just patterns, but textures, tones, patterns, all of those things associated with each of those types of areas. So assuming we know what we're looking for, these can be quite useful because they give some visual examples of the types of types of things that we should be looking for if we're trying to match this to an area where we have not yet assigned a classification to.